I could identify that in a young man, but how would I propose it to him by going to see a therapist or counselor, or should I word it different for them to receive it better? You understand what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because I struggle with that too. Because anything that I put on the flyer that says mental health, it kind of deters people.
Right.
It doesn't have the alcohol and the women and
Right.
other
Right.
things
Right.
that kind of attract people. So that is a trick, and I think that's kind of part of raising awareness in terms of like the verbiage that we use in Black communities. Mental health is not a bad thing. I think people get that kind of misconstrued with mental illness, where
Right.
mental health is you want to take care of yourself,
Right.
you want to do preventative measures to prevent from developing a mental illness. And so I think just reiterating what mental health is until people get and understand in a different perspective of mental health, I think there's I don't think there's too much wording that you can kind of change around because mental health is what it is.
That's what it is. Right.
Mental illness, it is what it is.
Okay.
However, I do think that there's a broader spectrum in mental health because there's things that you can do also. You don't always have to go to counseling. There is self-care, and I
Right.
think
Right.
that's
Right.
important if people can at least develop a self-care technique. Then you would it would change your mindset, and then you understand better what mental health is.
Uh,
So you can try to promote maybe self-care, um, which can include several different things.
okay.
Boat ride for one. If you like the
Yeah.
water, you want to go fishing. Anything that is reducing the stress and redirecting your attention to what may be causing you stress is self-care because it gives your body time to kind of reset. It gives your mind time to just kind of clear and focus and process
Okay.
some of those things that we kind of experience. So I would encourage you to keep trying, saying the way that you say it.
Okay.
Maybe suggesting some self-care tips. Because I think that word therapist and counselor does scare people.
Yeah. And you was reading my mind because I was going to ask you, is it any type of recipe for like self care? Because I was going to say like, suppose I have a group of kids and I want to find out what's really bothering them. But I did learn a way though, and one of the ways I learned was me being a community service work spot. I say that all the time. But anyway, to find out where these kids are, I get them to write me essays on what their career goals are, what steps they're going to take to achieve them. And I notice when they write, they want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, because we feel like they have an ailment or illness, we're not really listening. We're busy trying to tell them what they need to do without even hearing what they got to say. It makes a bunch of difference sometimes, you know what I'm saying? If you sit there and read what they wrote, I'm like, wow,
It's a tremendous difference.
he was trying to tell me something all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And the only way I could find it out was for him to write it down to express his feelings. But that's one way I found out. Do you have any other ways? Like if I had a group of them and we're just venting, do we let them talk about and how we get them to talk about certain things and how much of it? You know what I'm saying? You have any ideas about the way to do that? And I think that will be a part of self care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are several self care techniques. I think journaling is one that's very important. A lot of people aren't able to always verbalize their issue, but you can definitely write it down.
Right.
So journaling is one. There's art therapy. There's crayon. There's coloring. We've done some things where we just may have that coloring session, and then when you're in that space of coloring and drawing, and you're just talking about things that just kind of you just talk out loud. There's music therapy, there's
Yeah,
meditation,
yeah.
there's yoga. I mean, and also, just to kind of piggyback on what you asked earlier about, using counselor or therapist, there's also life coaches.
Right.
There's also people who are, able to help process those things as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't also always have to necessarily be a therapist or a counselor. There are life coaches. I just think there's a difference between talking to somebody who is a little bit more trained than kind of like a friend or.
Right. I guess the word verbiage life coach, that sounds a lot better than a therapist. It probably give a kid a idea where they feel important. I got a life coach now. You know what I'm saying? So I like that.
So we do
term,
try to
yeah.
use that, but then we also have to educate, right? Because there
Yeah.
is a difference between a life coach and a therapist. Because
Right,
a life
right.
coach and a therapist, they have different trainings, different
Right,
levels of
right,
training.
right.
So, but I think a life coach can be just as valuable as a therapist.
Definitely, as long as they receive the message and get the knowledge that they need
Absolutely.
to better themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Again, I admire what you do in the community. That takes a lot. I know it's a lot of effort into it, and it shows that you really care. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. That's how we're going to make this world a different place, you know what I'm saying? By educating each other and reaching back and showing love, because a lot of this is about unconditional love, you know what I'm saying? If you love a young man or a young woman, you know what I'm saying, unconditionally, not looking for something out of the deal, you know what I'm saying, whereas they could get used to like relaxing and, they really love me. They really care about me. Other than, oh, wow, I wonder how I've got to pay them back. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's important in our world today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying not to miss anything. Anything you want to add to what else you do? Any upcoming events you're planning? I know we talked about something about a car and cigar thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested in doing that. I really am. You know what I'm saying? It sounds exciting. You know what I'm saying? Whereas we could have the guys come up and just have a men's social gathering. You know what I'm saying? With some clinical people at the table. That really sounds interesting. Explain a little bit on how that's worked for you in the past.
So last year before COVID hit, we had a program that was gonna cigars and conversation, because we found that we wanted to focus around what men do, because we primarily do focus on black men. So the cigars and conversation that was scheduled last year was gonna provide guys to come out with other men, rotate stations to kind of have discussions that kind of impact them, and then providing them with a cigar just to kind of relax and understand, like, men want to be men and have a good time. So we just trying to create environments where men can open up in a safe place. That's however that looks, whether if it's after a football game or something that impacts men. We want to kind of try to be involved and kind of use that as a stepping stone to be able to share our resources with people.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really
So yeah, I am excited about. I think the cars and cigars would be a great opportunity to get people to come out and talk and do things that they like. If you like cars, you can get to see some cars, and if you like smoking the cigars, they're cigars. If you like just talking with people, so I think it can reach a broad population of black men. So I'm excited about that too.
Good.
So we do have our event coming up. So like I said, we have our LBGT boat ride on July 31st from 10 to 12, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. With Michael Little. He is a student in the program of marriage and family therapy, and his passion is to work in that community. So we'll have that on the 31st, and then I think August 21st, we have a boat ride that is just going to be open to everybody. Because we want to provide mental health resources to everybody. So that will happen on the 21st. And then, like I said, we have one in September. For black women. We're going to have a drumming session boat ride. So these are, going to be fun and great opportunities for people to come out and talk.
How about giving the audience some information, website or whatever, if somebody out there's listening wants to join up with the boat ride and get on a schedule, just let them know what they need to do and how they need to do it.
All right. So our website is www.wilsonoasis.com. That's WILSONOASIS.com. If any black men are searching for a counselor or have questions about accessing therapy, our request link is on there. You can just simply fill that out and we'll connect you with a therapist of your choice. All of our therapists are culturally identifiable. There is no fee for a black man to receive the counseling. And our Facebook page is at Wilson Oasis. Our Instagram is at Wilson_Oasis.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Now, get out my telephone number too.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I might want that myself. But yeah, y'all heard it from Miss Iana, you know what I'm saying? She's doing big things out there, and she cares, you know what I'm saying? She cares about you brothers, you know what I'm saying? She's doing a program for black men to become kings, you know what I'm saying? Think of yourself as a king, you know what I'm saying? So you can take care of your woman or take care of what you need, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she's a beautiful black woman. She's just as beautiful as her name, Iana, you know what I'm saying? If I was 10 years younger, I'd be trying to get her to
Focus.
But that's what it is. But, you know what I'm saying? Again, WDRB Media, you know what I'm saying? Giving you twice the information and giving you inspiration, you know what I'm saying? We're here. We're giving shouts out to Horns Garage out there in Winston-Salem. We're giving shouts out to Southside Rise Foundation on Freedom Drive, you know what I'm saying? We're giving shouts out to United Way, Sam and Joseph Butler and guys like that there that's been supporting organizations like ours, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to make our place a better place to live, and because we got kids and we got grandkids growing up, and we want them to live in a safer environment, you know what I'm saying? So if you care about yours, join on board and try to help this be a better place for all of us to live.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to close out today. Thank you for your time, and peace out. WDRB Big Dave, the Big Dave Show. It's rules to the game.